siit rohkem ei saa. Hey guys, this episode is about 890R versus 690 on Trans-Euro Trail. So what we are currently doing is that we are renting a 890R and we are taking my 690 and 890 to the northern and the eastern part of the Estonian TET for 3 days. And the plan really is to just compare how we as a rather beginners and with average experience how we are able to cope with a bit heavier bike and how we find it on the TET. So currently we are installing the phone holder to the bike, and then we are ready to go from here Tallinn, and probably around Kiviõli we end up today. So the quite interesting part of Kõrvemaa will be done today. Okay, so this section here is something which I actually were interested to test the difference between the one cylinder versus twin. So with one cylinder riding like 30 kilometers per hour through those small bumps and potholes, with one cylinder with 690 it's rather choky, so you are constantly finding a right gear and right throttle where it would go through those kinda smoothly, while I can clearly already see with that 500 meters I've been riding is that the twin is really linear in this situation. So it's really smooth in like 30 kilometers per hour going through those potholes. So I definitely have to say that this is already a 1+ comparing to 690. Quick update. So we have been riding now rather windy sections on the tarmac above 100 kilometers per hour, and I have to say the wind is very different. On 690 you are kind of in the wind, so that there is a lot of wind, but it's clean. So for example, you don't have any noise or turbulence, so it's pure kinda. And because of this small windscreen I have, it's not in the chest, but it's basically around me, but it doesn't bother me. But with the 890 I would definitely do something with the windscreen as it is right now, either lowering it or hiring it, but this particular one, at least for my helmet and for my height, in terms of the body height, just doesn't work. Comparing to the 690, a lot of kind of dirty wind, I would say. And the other thing which I noticed is that braking is of course way slower, because it's heavier bike. You have to start braking or brake more heavily. But other than that, it's a really nice bike to ride, and feels really comfortable. Feels like you would go like to the other side of the globe with it. So it feels like a very nice touring bike, especially on the tarmac. All right, so we are getting closer to the more interesting parts of the forest tracks here in Kõrvemaa. So let's see, maybe we will switch few more switches and see how it goes. No, I was riding those two-wheel tracks here in the nearby Soodla, and a lot of bumpy sections, and I have to say it handles really well. The balance is actually really nicely low, and it's rather easy to ride, so I really enjoyed it. And of course the engine is really linear, so really pleasant. Interesting hill climb here in Kõrvemaa. 890 comes first. It's not very technical, it's rather a hard climb, and it's decline on the other side immediately. Okay, so interesting moment. What we did was we basically did this hill climb, and it goes directly down on the other side. But as Kaur was the first one to drive up, then what he did was he parked his 890 here. And as you can see, 890 is parked rather on the flat. But I'm here currently because Kaur called for me, because he says that he cannot move the bicycle backwards. Motorcycle, sorry, not bicycle. Ma ei tea, kas sa, Kaur, saad näidata, kuidas ta ei liigu sulle? No. So, example. Ja vaba käik, jah? Vaba käik, jah. And it's a free gear, neutral gear. Okay. Slowly but surely it's moving. But basically, I think for me, this is one of the considerations, 690 versus 890, when on Trans-Euro Trail and alone, is that in situations like that, with 690 I would not have any issues. And of course you can solve it eventually with 890 as well, but it just takes more energy and time. Siit rohkem ei saa. So we are trying this hill climb, which is probably the one of the most technical hill climbs here in the northern part of Trans-Euro Trail, because it's not up to the mountain, but it's kind of is on the edge of the hill. So mööda sõitsime. I just wanted to do this clip here on this freshly built gravel road, which is very loose in terms of the rocks are loose. And what I wanted to say is that with 890 it's surprising how well planted he is on that type of road, which is rather hard to ride, and I would have guessed that I have a pretty hard time riding it, but it's surprising how well it performs here on this type of road as well. And of course this linear power delivery from the engine is also very useful in those circumstances where you really cannot speed too much because you don't see around the corner and you have to be ready for cars coming on the opposite direction. So really nice experience. So yeah.